Greetings, mortals. I am Nathus, the ruler of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 102, titled Mad King. Which, to be fair, Captain was supposed to be mad or something. Arthur is relatively relaxed in this. It's not so much that he's mad, it's just that he's a heartless bastard. But whatever. It's not like chapter titles were that accurate anyways. So yeah. Anyways, we start this chapter off with a page which is, to be fair, it's supposed to be taken a bit more seriously. Although it's just, all the main Percival platoon all kind of lining up and being in stylistic style. Anyways, then we have the narrator starting to speak with a merciless hammer was brought down on Tanak for opening the door to Camelot. Um, that's definitely one way to say it. Although funny enough, although this comments put here with the heroes, we don't actually get their reaction at all. Like we immediately skip it. As then we have the narrator saying, in "Crush evil with a heart of justice and strength of your friends." I don't really see what this has to do with anything with the chapter, but whatever. It's an inspirational quote. So, anyways, we start this chapter off like you could kind of expect a chapter Mad King in Camelot. As then we have Ironside, most likely, giving a report about what happened with Tanith and Macduff's assassination attempt. As we have Ironside say, one of their followers was dealt with, but all four of the knights of us are unharmed. Which is actually, which to be fair, one of them does have a healing factor, so it doesn't really matter. Also, we're in some weird tower building thing. I don't think it's the same one as we previously got, just kind of different one. Which all makes me think Arthur just had like a bunch of different castles that he just got randomly goes, and whoever is there in the time is the one who's gonna report to him. As then we have Arthur tell him, as Arthur's like, oh, seriously? As Arthur's like, as for our end, Telek and Macduff are confirmed to be dead. Which is kind of funny, the fact that Arthur doesn't know if their self-destruct spell was activated. As then we have Arthur just kind of covering his eyes like, oh, fuck me. As then we get Guinevere getting all snooty and pimpty, which for some fucking reason she's still in the same outfit that she was previously. Like I get why the knights are all wearing the same outfit because they're ready for combat, but why is she in the same outfit? But anyways, Guinevere says, "Looks to me like one of them was killed by you using curse reversal to pay her back with magic you gave her is in far too bad taste." So she exactly knows how Tenek died. I guess she used her sleep magic while everything was happening. I'm not exactly certain how. It's actually not very clear how her magic works at stuff that's happening right now. In a lot of respects. So yeah, and also this whole pay back the magic you gave her kind of confirms my theory that Danik wasn't originally supposed to have magic, but Arthur gave it to her, similar to how characters like Jericho and Gilda got in the first part of the Seven Eight Sins their magic from a red demon. So yeah. As then we have Ironside responding to Guinevere, I'm guessing it's because she's technically like the queen of Camelot, with countermeasures against betrayal are essential. It would be bothersome to have someone lead others to Camelot for their own safety. Although to be fair, I don't exactly think like there would be that big of an issue if they came to you. Like again, like I know Lancelot could probably defeat every single Chaos Knight there, with the exception of Arthur and maybe some other things. But like, legitimately speaking, how long do you think the arrest would be able to last? Like, I mean, Ironside for so far hasn't really, outside of Lancelot, I can't see that many characters like being able to like defeat. I would say Ironside Felga will probably need Demon, Mark, Tristan, full power to be able to defeat those two, and they're apparently full pearls, so there are two more that could be as powerful as those two. Then you have Jericho's situation with Lancelot, not to mention who knows how many other Magic Knights. I mean, well, it's that say there about the bit we find out a bit more of their ranks. There isn't like a specific, They don't seem to be that in that horrible state. Like we have like only 10 men remaining or something. But yeah, anyways, then we have Gravy telling, responding to answer with, no, well, not responding to answer, actually more tells Arthur with, no, do you understand? This is what it means to pay a greater price for trying to defy fate. Because of your foolish orders, you lost 2 minions who should have lived on without dying. Which now means that Lancelot, despite being the one to respond to Macduff and Tenek being in the town, I guess let those two go because that spell wasn't supposed to have activated. This is why we cannot have overpowered captives in serious manga, people. But yeah, anyways, then we have Ironside, I guess, trying to console Alpha because don't worry, Alpha, everything's gonna be fine. As then we have Ironside tell him, Your Majesty, do not lower your guard. As then we have Alpha be like, the price for defying fate is that so? As then we have Arthur just laughing his ass off. He's like, talk about no big deal. The worst I got out of it was the sacrifice of 2 people. This is great. Well, not the sacrifice of 2 people. It's just like that's all the consequences. Which I gotta be honest, I have to agree with Arthur. Like when you say something like defying fate to a point you don't even want to try at, like, I feel like most people would generally get the idea of like, oh, like the fate is forcibly going to try to have the same outcome anyways. You know, like how in What If with the Doctor Strange episode, where despite how every route he took, his girlfriend still end up dead in every timeline, no matter what. And yeah, Arthur is 100% in the right to make laugh his ass out on this. Like, you'd think it'd be some kind of bigger consequences than losing 2 people. And that's pretty much it. As then we have Gwynna be shocked. What? This isn't enough to scare you? As Iron says, like, oh shit, he doesn't value me at all in the worst part is he thinks of me so loyal, like, I'm not, even though I'm listening to how little he cares about us, I'm still gonna serve him. Although, or maybe honest, I was like expecting Alpha to at least give some kind of a shit its ass or something. Again, it's kind of different to tell. But anyway, then we have Alpha just saying to her, "It's worth mentioning that we hurt them emotionally rather than physically. Knights of Prophecy or not, they're still just 16-year-old kids, and now they have something to put up with." So yeah, he's more taking a W at the fact that he emotionally hurt them by taking someone close to them. Which, to be fair, is not big of a deal. Again, like only like one select group would really care, but emotional scars are important anyways. Although now this makes me think there's actually a Chaos Knight that can use people's emotions against them. So, up possible foreshadowing, everyone. Anyways, then we have Arthur getting all serious and putting his demon's eyes out. I'm guessing that after spending a couple of days, as I believe there was a bit of a gap of time since Guinevere and Arthur first met and the whole events that happened in Pent, in the previous chapters, there's a bit of a gap, but I'm not really sure how much. I mean, it was 2 or something. With But anyways, Arthur is now having very small little visits with Guinevere as he just tells Guinevere, Guinevere, what comes next? I want to make my next move as soon as possible. As the girl tells him, just so you know, Arthur, you only slightly changed the future by defying fate, right? So I guess she wants to have him continue the same path they're going on by it's not going to matter because of small changes. But anyways, Alfred again takes no shit. He's just also, you should mind your tongue and answer me. I believe the party's headed for Dulmary next, correct? What kind of hand does your kaleidoscope see me play? So he wants to know his next move, essentially. Which I'm not honestly starting to wonder how close he is to just, losing it and starting to torture her. Because remember, in the last time we saw them, Arthur said he doesn't have an issue with her being, snot about it at all. But he does have an issue with her not having, not having the limit of where she's allowed to be all strong-willed or whatever. But anyways, then we have when we are kind of shaking as she's like, after Tanak and Macduff's failures, you sent 3 times as many assassins along their way. And then he asks for the result, as we have 2 are rounded, 4 killed. So I guess 2 at the very least survived, which makes me not wonder which 6 were those. And again, like they mentioned 6, so I do have to wonder how many people are in Camelot. As then we have Arthur telling Arthur, then why not pit them against twice as many? Human resources, as in Arthur responds to Arthur with, human resources are limited, and this is unlikely to be a simple matter of overwhelming them with numbers. Which is kind of true. Again, it also confirms there are limits to how many members they have, although it's kind of hard to believe, considering, how many they've just been sending around and, killing, and, losing their lives and all that. I mean, again, to be fair, it was kind of foreshadowed with the fact that they've mostly been traveling, like, either individual or in a very small group. Like how, outside Dark Talismans, Macduff and Tinnick are, like, the only real Chaos Ensemble traveling together, as well as this group that's being made now, that's been carefully selected. This group now that's being specifically sent, so, Chaos Knight seems to generally be going more in once, well, alone. Whenever is often says Lord Ironside, as Ironside responds with Sire, as he often tells him, I'll leave you to choose the 6. And one more, let's add your brother, the in-law, to make it 7. As then we have Ironside kind of getting panicky, is like, but he's in my garden! Then, as Arthur tells him, go, your king commands it. So yeah. Now, what I'm going to assume Ironside is referring to, or my working theory right now, is that when Ironside says he's in my garden, it's kind of like he's a part of the land that I rule over, and he's like a very important figure there. He's like in charge of something. Because remember, Ironside has the title of Lord Ironside, and and you know how in big countries we have like all different divisions of leadership, and I think that's what's going on here. Einstein's in charge of his land, while his brother-in-law is one of the people who's in charge of something on his land, and that's why Einstein's more panicky because I'm guessing it's very rare for those types of people to be sent on missions, especially on suicidal missions like the ones against the 4 knights are right now. But yeah. Anyways, then we cut to a random face flying around in the chaos, which again I'm going to assume is where Ironside rules over. As we see 2 people staring at kind of a swordsman practice. As we see Ironside's son, kind of like trying to block stuff. As then he gets the feeling where I beat you. As then we have Ironside's brother saying, alright, let's leave it here. As George, I think actually Ironside's son's name. It's like, hoof, hoof, I knew it, you're so strong, uncle. As then we see, what we can say, just a generic pretty boy. As pretty man, since again, like, he's supposed to be a lot older. He just looks extremely younger. I guess we can at least confirm that he's the younger brother-in-law. Well, the younger one between us and him. As he tells Georgia, when did you get stronger all of a sudden? As they have telling have you been practicing your sword behind my back? As they have Georgia back, as he's supposed to be, like, don't tell father, alright? He'll worry for me. So I guess the answer is a bit of a worry word. Which kind of funny, like, he's either the worst parent and one of the worst parents in anime history, or one of the best parents, depending on which son you look at. But yeah, anyway, they have it could be like, then keep it in moderation. Then Georgia is trying to cough, cough. As we have his uncle telling him, you're just gonna give me a big scolding later. I'm afraid if he finds out the fact that he's been teaching George's swordsmanship, Which, to be fair, if my theory is to be believed, I feel like it's not so much the OJ is not going to be is not supposed to be learning is going to have to learn combat because again, like I'm just saying with tanks with the possibility of Arthur giving people magical power, it kind of raises who can every level of well power levels of whoever is gonna be there. Like I would not be surprised if some Chaos Knights may not even be combatants. It might literally just be civilians, like village boys, village girls, like the ones who literally can at best do farm work, and they are not gonna be stuck fighting or something like that. Just saying, it's saying human resources are limited, so you have to wonder who everyone who is. And quite honestly, that would actually also explain why Tanaka and McDuff were paired up because Tanaka isn't a fighter; she's just a village girl that was given magic power and is now partnered up to be a member of the Chaos Knights. So they had Deoldre as his uncle and him are walking like a maze or something like that. It was just like, "Hey, uncle, tell me what happens next in that story." As his uncle tells him, "Sure, I think it was at the part when me and my big sister, your mom, I mean, were at a Belfort when we were kids." Uh, as the uncle tells him, Belfort was this motley old pleasure district far north of the old Camelot. And I don't think that's a place where kids are supposed to be. As in, his uncle tells him, one day when me and my sis ran away to go drinking and gambling there, wait, what? As the is starting to laugh, and he, as the uncle continues with, oh, that found us and gave us a good beating. Yeah, I wonder why. As they have more like, be like, so whatever do you don't take after? As they have more like start having like this really creepy smile. You know, as then the old responds to him, why does father lie? Father always says that Britannia is a terrifying world full of danger. I hate feeling so curious about it. Which is a bit of a weird response, but anyways, it's more or less like, well, yeah. Then the uncle's like, Deodra, I understand how you feel, but what my brother says aren't lies either, you know. All I can say for sure is that my brother loves you from the bottom of his heart. As then he gives Deodra a headband. Now, some people were wondering, this is kind of like confirming that the OJ can see lies and stuff like that, or if he's related to Anne's mother, since I do believe Anne's mother is supposed to be from Camelot. Or at least that's how it's on Wiki, and it's been a while since I've read that part of the story. So, and also at this point, when the coming out in October, I'm probably just gonna be waiting until that releases. But yeah, I guess it's possible, but do not worry, it's pretty much confirmed that the Audrey and Percival are half brothers, so we don't have to concern ourselves with that. I mean, maybe we should, but who knows? Although, funny enough, wait, would that. Wait, wait, I'm trying to remember, what's the gap between ages, between generations? Because I'm pretty sure there's a certain like generation down you can be immune to it. And also I don't really think I think Anne's mom is implied to have died in front of her, so I don't think the woman that Anne signs with is actually the mom. It's most likely even maybe there's another sister. I mean, again, find out he's related to. I mean, we find out this guy's related to Anne's wife, so who knows really. But as then we have the older noticing something, as then we have the uncle turning around as he sees like a weird little familiar bird. As then we find out that Uncle even first answers his brother's like, brother, as Answer tells him, I have a dispatch request from His Majesty. Incidentally, I am immobilized with work as well. What which is something referred to that Camelot thing it was mentioned previously. As then we have we have the uncle be like, Roger that. I'll leave Turret and Roofer here. As we see Turret and Roofer. It's kind of we don't really see much of a. It's kind of difficult to describe these two. Just two characters. Cloak. One looks like a bit of a more girl, like a more an emo girl, and the other one kind of looks like a more like a younger Spiky K kind of a generic, like, combative kid look with demon marks around him. As one of them, I'm going to assume Turret, says, "We will take care of Sir DOJ," which I assume means taking him home because, my god, this thing looks like anyone could get lost in a second. As then we see this guy swifting his cloak, as Answer tells him, "I apologize." As we get the reveal that that Mortler, Bloch, and Answer are, well, brothers-in-law. As we have Answer tells him, "I'll leave it to you, Mortler." So yeah, as we see here, it is confirmation, which to be fair isn't that big of a shock. Like, I did wonder what Mutlek's position was because he was kind of acting like very cowardly. So I didn't know if it was like a personality thing, like he acts very cowardly, but he's actually a lot stronger than you would assume. So I guess here we have confirmed that they're just brothers-in-law. So that would be interesting to see how the confrontation between him and Percival's gonna go with. I mean, I'm assuming he knows Percival is Einstein's other son, so we'll see. Anyways, we cut to back to the Knights, which I guess just means we kind of skipped their whole reaction to Telef's having her entire skull being uh, split open. Oh, it's not split open, just burst open by insects. Surprised, honestly. As then we have the sun is coming, as over the where they were staying at. As then we see a very morbid sight of all of the Knights. They're kind of looking at Jade coffin, as we get a cool shot of them all staring down at it, with Lancelot and Gawain staying more away from it than the other ones. I'm assuming Lancelot just went to bury Telek's body, just, the same way how we buried the talisman's bodies. Well, Gawain, honestly, probably doesn't, like, she might be, she cares more about it in a sense of it happened, so that's why she's sad, not because, she actually cares about it. You're not going to be, you're not going to be a Cheon when someone is dead and people are mourning. So yeah, anyways, then we have Telek saying, as she's looking at the coffin, "I didn't think we would suffer a casualty this soon. It's a shame." What the fuck did you expect exactly? Even if Jade was a holy knight, he wouldn't be that high up in the power levels, regardless. Not to mention, again, like, Arthur would probably be sending more powerful opponents. Like, he literally said this time declaring war when he left. So I'm pretty sure you should have expected a lot more brutality. But yeah, anyways, they're attack saying, "I'll take responsibility for Jade's body and bringing him home." So basically, doing all the messy apologizing stuff. As they are, sort of looking down, she's like, "Jade, rest in peace." As Dawn's in like, "We'll hold out for you, man." As there we have Danak look at Tristan, she's like, "You are to continue looking for clues to get to Camelot." So yeah, basically, yeah, continue your mission. Like, this doesn't change anything. As they have Danak, then we have Tristan responding to Danak, "Lady Danak, we were actually provided with some information about that." As they have Danak responding with, "Information? From who?" As then we see Iole in a oversized shirt walking in. I guess she can put on clothes, she's just gonna go for a simple oversized one. As then we have Tanner and Tristan who's turning their heads, since they are probably able to sense some magical pressure. As Tristan tells her, "She is called Lady Io, and she is a demon." As then we see I just approaching everyone, as I'm assuming she's aware of what's going on. Then we see Chiang giving the stink eye. Not sure if that's related to Jade or she's just giving him this, or he's just giving her the stink eye because it's Chion. Then we see Isola also being angry about it, since about it even happened. As they have all the first being, "I'm sorry because of me you lost a cherished comrade." So she does, I can at least try to be polite as she can. It's kind of similar to Gawain's situation. As they have also being angry, she's like, "If you have any intel, then get us to Camelot. Those to Camelot, tell us now, but if it turns out to be wrong, we'll never forgive you." It's like she can do anything. And then Earl just sees and then just like just waves, and yeah. As then we have Viola just kind of immediately turning around, kind of especially with shoes on, because of the fact she can't even figure out how buttoning up your shirt works. And then Viola is like, No, then let us go. Come follow me. As if Donnie is pointing to him in a more casual tone, he's like, follow you where? If you were just telling us to go out to Del Mary, I guess it's the same general direction, as you'll just tell them, no, where we are headed is the demon realm. As we get this like weirdly looking like something that you'd think the chaos realm would look like, although I think it's a little too many pieces of stone for that to be the case. It's most of the chaos realm is supposed to be flesh and human shaped. So yeah, as we see like a bunch of spikes that looks kind of like crystals going all over. We see some weird buildings. We see like a giant Endura looking demon trying to eat a smaller uh, flying demon. As we see just a bunch of chaos in it over. Derek doesn't really have a reaction because mostly because she doesn't even have to go there. She has like looks like he has more of a disgusted reaction. Gawain is more like is always a bit nervous. Lancer's like again kind of oomph, like they're not really give a shit about. Nonet's a bit scared. So is Anne. Is Don is probably the most shocked. She Percival just looks confused, and she just looks which now makes me wonder what kind of information did Eol give them, because now it makes me think that they literally have no information, unless it is like some very minimal information they were given. With like, there's the portal that doesn't require a Night of Chaos around the demon realm, which now makes me think that Spores gotta be destroyed or something. Is that person would just being like, the demon realm? What is it like? As his entire platoon just falls to the ground. I guess they knew the person has no idea about that. I don't know why they're surprised at this point. First of all, it may not be an actual child, but in terms of appearance, in terms of mental state, as well in terms of intelligence, he might as well be a child. But yeah, anyways, then we have Donnie telling him the demon realm is a demon country, obviously, as even Donnie didn't know anything. As in, it's like, would you understand if I said it was Dolmanch's home? As in, Eole looks realizing about person, like she looks, as you look, wait. As then we have, I'm guessing from her perspective, looking at Percival, as Percival is like, for Dolcemonte! He is reminded, as they have immediately, Eole rushing to Percival, as Percival is like, what's wrong, miss? Is there something on my face? As then we have Yola be like, you are Percival? As she's surprised by that, as not Percival is like, for obviously didn't expect him to know. And I will just say, Donnie, grab Chian right now, because depending on what she says, it's very likely that he will start throwing a fit like the bitch he is. Like, I can already see it. She probably mentioned something like, member of the Chaos Knights mentioned that one of their lord's son is a member of the Chaos Knights, Knights of Apocalypse, and then General Boy said, punch him. And I think at this point we're at a level where we can start having the characters beat the shit out of Chion for good. So I 100% support the idea of beating the shit out of Chion. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the chapter. With Nair saying, Io knows Percival. Again, I'm probably just not saying him by name. As then we have the rest of the Nair should be like, to obtain town Camelot, Knights of Prophecy journey to the Demon Realm, with the Demon Io. To be continuing chapter 103 titled, Come to the Demon Realm. And yep, that is one hell of yeah, that's more or less what's going to be happening next chapter. As that's literally how mostly just going to be the showing off and explanations in the next chapter. I mean, I've already seen the spoilers, so I can't really say predicting what's going to happen, but it's gonna be a cool visual and a fan favorite returning. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you motos next time. Goodbye.